Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel today for the 10th Alliance War of Season 25. So today we are against d69. I have 8 fights using Claire and Doom. So the first matchup is a Vision Arcus on the Hazard Shift node. So Claire's probably the second best choice for this behind Cat Marvel Movie. So starting by just waiting out the Incinerate phase, then switching to the Poison phase once he switches to Poison. So if Vision Arcus doesn't have a power gain buff, then he actually won't apply Cold Snap to you, so don't really need to worry about that in this fight. Just going to be baiting special ones mostly. So now he's back in the poison phase, so I'm just going to wait it out. Tapping him there just to get rid of the power gain buff. So I did apply the White Magneto pre-fight here, mainly just so I don't have to deal with tenacity. So here I make a mistake, I should have gone for the special 3, and I also shouldn't have tried to dex his special 2. But it's no big deal, neither of the hits crit anyway. So now moving on to the second fight of the war, it is a rank 3 Omega Red. He has Resistor and Hazard Shift as well as Power Focus 1. So I've sped up this fight just because it is really long. So at the start I decide I want to get into Incinerate phase as quickly as possible. And now basically I'm only going to really hit him in Incinerate phase. I'll throw the occasional attack and poison, mostly just for spacing and to keep him backed in his corner. So as you can see, the Incinerate is actually just going to heal him with willpower, which is going to extend this fight quite a bit. And what I probably should have done is try to stay in the poison phase, only hit him in poison, and then he will be immune to the poison debuff, so he won't get willpower healing. But it's also not really a complicated fight. There's no real risk in it. Also, because of Power Focus 1, I don't have to worry about pushing him up to Special 2. And I do also have my Special 3 available if I do get too backed up. So you see here I'm throwing heavies because I am getting a bit closer to my wall. Claire's heavy attack is only one hit, and having one of the poison debuffs on you doesn't really do a great deal, so I'm not too concerned about that. So there I do hit in a little bit too early. So this should be the last poison phase that I need to wait out. So here I'll decide to go for a special 3 just to finish him off. So it's not a difficult fight, just a long fight. So now moving on to the third fight of the war. This is a Sentinel on EMP modification and Burden of Might. So going into this I was expecting it to be quite a long fight with Doom because of the analysis charges and Doom's very low crit rate. So the plan is to mostly use my special 2 as the main source of damage. I don't really have much attack boosts on here to try and prevent triggering Protect. But you're going to see this fight does go really well in terms of managing his analysis charges. So Burden might actually increases your power gain rate, so I can get up to more special 2s easily. So from Sentinel I am mostly just going to be baiting special 1s and using my special 1 to prevent him getting his special 2. and I ideally want to alternate between my special 1 and 2 to prevent him getting analysis charges because he is awakened. So there was the perfect way of dealing with his special 1 to prevent analysis build-up. Now I just need to get to one more special 2 and that should finish him off. So that fight was a lot easier than I expected initially. I thought it's going to be probably at least 3 minutes long. So now we're moving on to the fourth fight. This is a Nova on the Vigor node. It's a very simple fight for Dr. Doom. So I can deal with the regeneration, I can deal with all of Nova's abilities by nullifying. No real risk associated in this fight. So here I was a little bit late on the heavy attack. He does get the regen in, which brings him near enough full health, but it's no big deal. Most of the damage will come in after the special 3 on Doom. So here I'm just trying to push Nova's power as high as possible. So I do have a 150% Mystic Power boost on here. That is mainly for the next fight. But as you can see, it does just give us a bit more power after our special 3 and speed up the rotation a bit. So now we go for the second special 3, and at this point the fight is pretty much over. Just going to go for a special 2 here and this should finish him off. So now moving on to the Dr. Doom on Buffet and Lionheart. I'm going to be using Dr. Doom here. So the main advantage to using Doom on Doom is that he is shock immune, and one of the main reasons that Doom is placed on this node is because when Buffet triggers, it also triggers his signature ability and applies a shock to you. Now the main disadvantage to using Doom here is that without these shocks it's harder to get into the rotation, and his damage is not extremely high, so it is going to be quite a long fight. So you see here I'm just trying to wait out his aura and then go in for the Doom cycle. So I'm trying to push him over 2 bars here, but he decides to use a special 1, which isn't a huge issue, but it is going to extend the fight by a few seconds. So here you land a nice intercept, go into the special 3. Now ideally what you want to do after the special 3 is get off 2 special 2s within the Fury. I've taken this fight once before and I did manage to do that, and it was just about enough to kill him. So here we're just going to go for a standard Doom cycle into the special 2. The Incinerator will be the main source of damage in this fight because Doom is pretty much crit immune against the champion with such a low crit rate. But here I notice that it's very unlikely I'm going to make it up to another special 2 with the Fury active, so I need to rebuild up to my special 3 and do another cycle of that. So now I want to trigger Buffet, which I do on that heavy attack by delaying the dex. So you want to trigger Buffet before the special 3 because that will allow you to gain the Fury instead of having that consumed by Buffet. So now I just want to get to another special 2 and that should be enough to finish him off. Not quite, but another few hits and he should be down. Just do a combo into his block followed by a special 1. So that fight definitely could have gone a bit better, but overall it went alright. So now we're moving on to a Hyperion. He has strike counter, combat power rate and buffet, and we're using Black Widow Clairvoyant. So I do have maxed out Mystic Dispersion active, which is very helpful for this fight in building up to your initial special 2. So here I did trigger Protect but just landed an Intercept, and I have the Mystic Power Boost active. So basically I want to try and cycle special 2s in the Curse of Plague. That will power drain him so I don't have to deal with the specials. Here I do get pushed a little bit too close to a special 3, which you don't really want in this fight. But it's over, but managed to get the special 2 off, so it's fine. So trigger Protect again here, so I need to land an Intercept to remove it. We get it there. Hyperion's AI was quite cooperative in this fight, which is always good. So now we do have quite a few suppressions built up on us, so not going to be able to get to a special 2 quite as easily. So you notice there I did use a heavy attack in his special 1, which normally would give you power, but I already have 20 clairvoyance charges. So that is the main reason that I'm not able to build up to my special 2 here, because I have too many charges and cannot get the power from him being immune to poison. But he goes down fairly easily, not too difficult of a fight. So now on to the second to last fight of the war. This is a King Groot on the Vigorous Assault and Enhanced Regeneration mini-boss. So Doctor Doom for this fight is incredibly safe. King Groot hits extremely weak and Doom can take tons of hits. We can also nullify the regeneration, so he's not going to be unblockable as often as he will be against some other champs. So the only real way that you could realistically die in this fight with Doom is if you push King Groot to a special 2 while he's unblockable and then he applies the poison to you. But even then it'd probably take at least 2, potentially even 3 times of that happening for him to actually finish you. So again here I am not too heavily boosted in terms of attack, so that my special 2 doesn't trigger Protect, and I was hoping that heavy attacks also wouldn't trigger it, but you are going to see later on in this fight that a critical heavy will trigger Protect. Yeah, it happens right there, but it's no big deal, I just need to land an Intercept, and also because King Groot hits so weak and don't really need to worry about missing it if he doesn't cooperate, but he does right there. So nullify the regeneration here. Going to build up to another special 2. These incinerates will nearly get him down, but not quite. So I do take a few hits here, but as you can see, he's doing pretty much no damage. 4 hit combo from him only did 8% of my health. And yeah, it's a very easy fight. It's a bit on the longer side again, but not really a problem. And now on to the final fight of the war. This is a Mysterio on the Stunning Reflection and Polka Dot Power Mini, and we're using Black Widow Clairvoyant. So the plan for this fight is to get into the Incinerate curse, and ideally I wanted to try and cycle a couple of special 2s with the Mystic Power Boost, but as you're going to see that does not really happen. So Mysterio does get pushed to a special 2 now, and his special 2 applies a power drain debuff to you. So as you can see, power's pretty much not going up in this fight at all, and it is reduced because of polka dot power, but it does also have stun vulnerability, and Incinerate will shut off stunning reflection. So as you can see, when he is stunned, he's taking a lot of damage. Light attack crits are hitting for 11,000, so he is going down relatively quickly in this fight. I applied the White Magneto pre-fight to him, mostly just to maximise the time that I can make use of stun vulnerability. So here he does go for the damage reflection instead of the special 2. So I was hoping to get to my own special 2 here, but I do throw the special 1 a little bit too early. But it's no big deal, one more special 1 should finish him off. And there we go, that's my war for today. Thank you all for watching.